folks, this is Lee Murphy from artbyleemurphy.com and the creator of all the art you see here on this channel. And what looks here is actually one red cabbage that I painted twice, actually more than twice. Looks kind of like weird eyeballs here, but I use these as an example for the topic I'm covering right now, is painting in or making any kind of art in series. One of the most important things you can learn if you go to art school, which I'm kind of building up this series of videos to gently suggest that maybe art school, if you really want to be an artist, is probably not the greatest choice of using your money, because there are plenty of artists who have done very well without going to art school. But back on topic, one of the most important exercises you will learn is to work in a series. From what I had learned even before all that was from art teachers to say, pick a topic, a subject, or any kind of particular specification, special idea, or I don't want to say just a subject, because not all art lends itself well to specific subject, particularly abstracts. Anyhow, but find something you want to create and create it 100 times, and then throw away or get rid of, eliminate 90 of them, and the 10 that you have left that you think is your best work is going to be a really good indication of what your style as a mature, finished, or I don't want to say finished, that's an awful way to say it now I think about it, but an established ism for your work. In fact, I don't like to use ism either, thanks to the ideological brouhaha going on in the greater world right now. Anyhow, but something that really keeps your interest enough to do 100 times. And it helps refine your focus, help you discover your essential style or your direction. And it eliminates the obvious solutions. So when you start working on more who you are and how you interpret and how you want to communicate through this series. On the pro side, it helps, once again, the things I just talked about, and pros and cons, not professionals, but as you become an artist in your own right, it appeals to curators and gallerists. It helps them just decide that you really are committed and serious about what you're doing, that you were reliable and more focused than a lot of people will be. Because if you do the 100 art, or it doesn't have to be 100 pieces, but really work a lot in a specific focus of medium and subject material, it helps communicate to others where you're coming from with your art. On the con side, it can typecast you. I have talked in other videos, and we'll probably talk again in future videos, about how the art is commodified, and it's an unfortunate fact of the world, but it is. It can typecast you, and it can get people too fixated or used to or addicted to you doing just one thing. And I think that happens more than just in the art world. Obviously it does in Hollywood and in acting and stuff too, but unfortunately, it seems like society in general these days focuses more on specialists than generalists. And I think one of the beauties of art is to make you a lot more of a wide-ranging polymath. Because you have to know a lot of things to get good at making your art, and it makes you, in my opinion, it makes you a lot more versatile human being. But that's another rant for another video. But back to working in a series, evaluate the pros and cons, because you don't want to get burned out on it either. And it's very common. I've seen this happen, and I've teetered on burning out on certain subject materials when I know that I have ready buyers for a very narrowly defined set of work, and it's hard to let that go. Then I have to look inside with my emotions and my motivations and stuff for making more of that same type of work that has been eagerly bought or find ready market for. And if I start getting stale with it and I start resenting it and start losing my motivations, then I know that that's my muse telling me, all right, something's got to give here, and go find something new to do. So yeah, it's something, a philosophical point that everybody has to come to on their own, on their own speed, basically. Nobody else can say, hey, you need to do 10 more of this and sell them at X amount, or you need to not do any more of these. It's one thing that introspection is probably the best choice to do. Anyhow, yeah, just weigh the pros and cons of working in a series. Don't get too comfortable with it, too confined with it, but also don't leave any options, not to say options, but solutions for a serious subject. Don't leave them unturned when it comes, or unexplored when it comes to a series of artwork. Anyhow, I hope that was helpful, and thank you for watching.